Yor Briar is one of the main protagonists of Spy X Family. She is an employee of Burlington City Hall but is also an assassin under the name Thorn Princess, which translates to Princess Thorn or Princess of Thorns. She makes an agreement with Lloyd Forger, pretending to be his wife and Anya's mother, to help him achieve his goal as well as hers. She is often reserved, with social difficulties and an extremely shy attitude. She avoids engaging in conversation unless necessary and for a long time was not interested in establishing friendships, remaining distant from her coworkers despite sharing most of the day with them. Anya tends to get nervous easily, to the point of blushing or embarrassment. She is generally cheerful and shows tenderness towards her loved ones, such as her brother Yuri. Although her intelligence is recognized, she is also quite naive, as when she sincerely believed the false story that Lloyd was Anya's father and not a detective. She is often condescendingly belittled by her coworkers, who consider her a freak and criticize her for not having a romantic partner. Although these coworkers seem to envy her, Anya ignores them. However, during one party, Anya briefly entertained the idea of murdering everyone present due to Camila's criticism. He has also fantasized about murdering important people if necessary to keep Anya safe. Anya is loyal to her work as an assassin, not hesitating to eliminate anyone who gets in her way. Since childhood, she has been involved in assassinations to earn money and ensure a good life for her younger brother, Yuri. She performs well in her work, being a skilled fighter and willing to defend herself. At times, she displays morbid or fetishistic tendencies towards sharp weapons, which is attributed to her presumed years working as a contract killer, whose primary weapons have always been of this nature. She gets a thrill out of performing a mission, handling a kitchen knife or contemplating the blade of a guillotine in a painting in a museum. Although she has a strong commitment to her homeland and repudiates traitors and enemies of her country, she can set aside these principles if the safety of her loved ones is in danger. She would even be willing to take immoral or cruel measures for them, though she worries about the remorse she might feel for hurting someone innocent. When she adopts the identity of Anya's mother, she is usually kind and understanding. She shows charity and a strong maternal instinct, probably developed from caring for her younger brother in his childhood. This attitude leads her to react vehemently when someone or something threatens Anya. Due to her shyness and difficulty adapting socially, Anya tends to be easily frustrated or embarrassed. Although she would like to have a normal life, her loyalty to her role as an assassin and her difficulties in relating to people or getting a partner make her see this as unlikely. When she assumes the role of Anya's mother, she becomes frustrated at not fulfilling social expectations of the role of mother and doubts her ability to perform it. However, she later accepts her true nature thanks to Lloyd, who advises her to focus on her own and Anya's happiness without worrying about the expectations of others. When he feels that his secret identity is in danger, he tends to lie easily, although his lies are usually simple. Despite this, they are often convincing due to his personality, and he has managed to fool Lloyd Forger. If he notices that his lies are not working properly, he considers eliminating those who pose even the slightest threat. Interestingly, the presence of children seems to reduce this murderous impulse, although it is not known how she would react if the threat came from a loved one. Another influence of her work as a problem-solving assassin is that she tends to relate them to imaginary cases that involve hurting or damaging human body parts. Since being with the Forger family, Anya has begun to socialize more with her coworkers, an aspect she was unaware of until they mentioned it to her. After kicking Lloyd on their brief date at the bar, Anya felt guilty about her action, leading her to restrain her impulsiveness, even under the influence of alcohol, so as not to hurt him. Anya has black hair, pale skin, dark red eyes, and a slim build. She usually wears her long hair tied back with two front locks, while the back part she keeps tucked up. Apparently, her height is around 160 centimeters or more. She always wears pointed earrings that resemble her favorite weapon. She usually shows calm and gentle expressions, but when she gets too drunk or angry, her face takes on menacing and somber expressions. At home, Anya wears a red sweater with bare shoulders and a slight neckline at the back, black leggings, and brown booties. In addition, she usually leaves her hair down, pinning it up with a white ribbon. When she goes out of the house, she wears a long coat over her outfit. Her casual outfits include a pink trench coat with boots or formal dresses paired with a jacket. At Camila's party, she wore an elegant black dress with white fabric draped over her shoulders, adorned with white flowers on the sides of her head. At times, she wears her hair completely loose with a headband on top. As an assassin, she is seen wearing a tight, elegant black dress that reaches her knees, with long ruffles at the back resembling a cape. The black fabric is adorned with a red rose print. The dress exposes her shoulders and part of her necklace, which is decorated with black fabric links in the shape of squares. She complements her outfit with a pair of black high-heeled boots that reach a little above her knees, with a checkered print on top. She also wears black fingerless gloves. Her headband, gold and decorated with a rose and 2 spikes on each side, matches the color of her weapons. Nya is a renowned assassin, a legendary figure among hired killers, having been instructed in the art of murder from an early age, participating in various homicides since her youth. Weapon skill: Nya has a preference for sharp and cutting weapons, most notably a pair of golden stilettos. In the absence of his favorite weapons, he is capable of employing any object in the environment as an improvised weapon. Physical abilities: Nya's most outstanding characteristic is her physical strength, which has proven on multiple occasions to be exceptionally high for someone of her stature and build, allowing her to defeat opponents who outweigh and outsize her in seemingly effortless fashion. Although the exact magnitude of her brute strength is unknown, her level has been compared to that of Twilight Lloyd Forger, estimating that while the latter has between 60 and 70 points, Nya would have 100. In addition to her disproportionate strength, Nya is agile, flexible, and skilled, making her a formidable combatant with almost unsurpassed physical abilities. Intelligence: Nya's intellectual capacity is primarily focused on assassination strategies and keeping a low profile. Outside of this realm, however, she has proven to be less cunning in creating convincing plans and lies. Despite this, her skill in stealth and assassination allows her to take on heavily armed groups and large animals. Senses: Nya possesses excellent reflexes, allowing him to dodge difficult-to-predict blows. In addition, he shows acute perception in situations of danger to Anya, allowing him to detect kidnapping attempts. Hand-to-hand combat: Unlike many assassins, Nya is capable of fighting hand-to-hand battles even without weapons, employing powerful combinations of kicks, punches, and even the use of his fingers as improvised weapons. A notable example was his confrontation with Lloyd during the function at the castle for Anya, when Nya, under the influence of alcohol, considered Lloyd a real threat to his stepdaughter. Poison tolerance: Nya has an exceptional metabolism that allows him to resist poisons that would be deadly to others, such as the pufferfish neurotoxin, tetrodotoxin. Although these poisons can inhibit his sense of pain and cause a tingling sensation, Nya is able to survive his exposure and even breathe poisonous gases without serious harm. Cleanliness and tidiness: Thanks to her experience as an assassin, Nya has extraordinary skills in cleaning up the scenes of her crimes. Weaknesses: Gullibility: Nya tends to be gullible outside of her environment as an assassin, which exposes her to risky situations for her identity and loved ones. A notable example is when the enemy nation's top spy manages to pose as her fake husband and maintain a facade of a good single father. Impulsivity: Although she generally shows control, Nya can easily lose her composure when she feels threatened, which can be exploited to induce her to make major mistakes or lose her appearance at public events. Low alcohol tolerance: Nya has a very low tolerance for alcohol, which makes her vulnerable to the effects of drunkenness. In a drunken state, she can lose control and put her identity and the safety of her family at risk. Poor lying skills: Despite her propensity for lying, Nya tends to resort to simple and basic lies, which are successful mainly due to her personality or luck. Lack of cooking skills: Nya lacks cooking skills, and his attempts usually result in unpleasant meals. At best, his dishes taste bad, and those who try them may experience stomach upset. If her name is written in kanji instead of katakana, her name means night. However, in the Spy X Family official fanbook, Eyes Only, Tatsuya Endo commented that he did not intend the name to be homophonous with Yoru. It is also believed that her name comes from a diminutive of the European name Yolanda. Nya hates insects. She hates even seeing them in a picture. She apparently possesses a taste for flowers, specifically roses. From wearing ornaments of this theme to having a rose print on part of her assassin's dress. She got her super strength in her childhood by working as an assassin from an early age. Her design as an assassin evokes the modern concept given to the femme fatale, a French term that translates to femme fatale. Among the points that are understood are: they possess beauty or attractiveness both physically and in personality. They make use of their physical attractiveness or sensuality to cover up their attacks or use them as a surprise attack. They usually wear black or dark colors. These vary in black-purple and black-red combinations. They use shooting weapons or small knives. As mere speculation, it is possible possible that Ya's resistance to toxins is due to the fact that in her childhood she used to consume spoiled food as an orphan. When drunk, Ya's self-control is diminished, which causes her to always show her impulsive personality to a greater extent and does not even out her physical strength and combat abilities in the slightest, although she seems to limit herself somewhat when it comes to a loved one. It is quite possible that the term stepmother is not used for Ya in the play because of the large negative image that has been built around that word in fantasy stories where stepmothers usually function as an antagonistic figure. From her first appearance, there are slight clues that indicate that Ya is a hired killer and not a loner, that is, that she works for a secret organization probably dedicated to training and directing assassins. The clues are the mysterious call where he recognizes the voice and calls him boss. He tends to get blood on himself and his clothes when he does his assassination jobs. However, it is mysterious that the tailor shop where he takes his clothes has no problem with this, implying that it could be a location controlled by the organization. The tailor shop is the only place where he takes his damaged or bloodstained clothes, reinforcing the possibility that the place is owned by the organization. Lloyd mentions that the owner of the tailor shop was arrested for political matters. Ya has already been working since she was a child as an assassin to obtain steady money, something that would be very difficult or impossible for someone her age on her own. Ya displays a level of assassination and combat skill worthy of given training. According to the author, Lloyd can face Ya on equal terms only if he makes use of his ingenuity in weapons and traps. Ya prefers dark or red clothing so that, if his clothes are stained with the blood of his victims, it can hide them. His favorite color is actually blue. In some illustrations of the anime, Ya appears with some locks with a red tint. It's possible that this is a creative art decision, or maybe it's just blood. Based on her credulity, it is possible that Ya's belief that her assassin's work is doing good for her country is a lie. Such is reinforced by Ya's internal dialogues and imagining a scenario with Anya when she asked him to drive her to her job, where she indicates that her boss told her that her job is like being a soldier and that it is a valuable sacrifice for the life of the nation. The only dish Ya can successfully cook is his late mother's southern stew, after Camilla gave him several cooking lessons and recreated the dish from her memories. The weakness of alcohol is based on a Japanese cliché, which in turn has a scientific basis, in which a woman has less tolerance to alcohol than a man, and there is a defect in the enzyme that metabolizes alcohol that is genetic in 40% of the Japanese people. Ya does not understand opera. I hope you liked the video. If you want me to bring a video about your anime character, comment it. Do not forget to check the videos of the channel. See you in the next video.